As far as I remember, YouTube's always been a place for pretty much anyone who had the internet, a good working computer and a keyboard, could come to watch people talk about their lives and even post videos up about themselves and their lives. Forgive me if I'm wrong on this, but that's how it all came about. That was the whole idea. But now it's become a war front, because we all know you can't get a bunch of different groups of people together in a room and expect them to behave. This just not work. There's too much prejudice, racism, bigotry, and all sorts of bullshit that just adds to the drama of everyone's life. Now, it can bring me up on many topics of which I'd like to talk about. But let me just, start from the beginning as of why I'm making this video. Now, I want to ask a question for a lot of you out here. How old are you? As far as my subscribers and people who are watching this, how old are you? Because if you're 16, or maybe a little younger, tad bit older, then it is official for you in this crowd of people that I was listening to ICP while you were taking your first glimpse outside of the womb. As you were being born, not knowing what the world was or what it was about, I was bumping ICP in my room. I've been listening to them for 16 years. Since 92. I was 9 years old at the time. That's when I first heard about them. I was 9. Heard about them later on in that year. Heard some stuff that, some new stuff was coming out in the summer. And right after school started back up, sure enough, there was some more of us and stuff that heard about it. So we decided, well, let's check this out and see what this is. And Carnival of Carnage come out October of that year. It was purchased, and it was something like we've never heard before. Years ensued. CD collection got much vaster. And there was a group of us that all loved it and all listened to it. And I think this is really before the whole juggalo movement actually hit on, that there was a group of us. We just didn't have a label. We was just a group of people that liked the music, that could really get them, their minds involved in it. And it just progressed from there. I've been seeing people going back and forth talking about haters. And And, I mean, really. As when it's so obvious that the family's, like, splitting anyway. And it's almost like the economy. It's like everyone's bitching about it. But no one's really doing anything about it. They'd rather put blame on someone else or fight with someone else about it than actually take a look on why everything's the way it is. So what a lot of juggalos seem to be doing now, they're focusing more on the haters and fighting with people that just are not going to understand, or doing the hate comments purposely just to piss you off. And it makes no sense why you'd go ahead and just play their little game. Because they don't matter anyway. They really don't understand. They never will understand. And all this effort that everyone's putting forth to, quote, tear them down or put them in their place, or why? Personally, what good does that do you? What good has anything come out of someone totally going off on a hater? Besides, making yourself feel better that you tore someone down. And yes, that's why I'm glad Elliot don't really do, hate back, but he just exposes them for just how ridiculous the shit is to begin with. Because it is. It's totally ridiculous. It's totally redundant. It's just useless shit. And Elliot's been doing it less and less because he's just realizing that, it's being, it's cutting into time. It's cutting into, where we can do something progressive. But going back to what I was saying earlier, that, I don't know, it seems like there's a lot of fighting within our lovely community that we used to have. I really don't know what the cause of it was. I'm still trying to, debate that, how it started. But over the years, uh, the old school, since day one, scrubby juggalos, I don't know, seem to be disappearing. If you're one of these old school scrubby juggalos, I said juggalos that have been down since day one, never bought into the whole propaganda of the device, as far as, if you pretty much live your life by the word and shit, instead of going out and purchasing charms and hats and, wall to wall posters, shit like that. Because I'm sorry, because a lot of us old school juggalos, and we were growing up with the shit, we couldn't afford a lot of the stuff, Like I said, I learned about them at an early age, so they kind of, took up a big part of my life. Still do. It wasn't one of these, hey, someone, telling me come over, hey, listen to this, and I like it. I'm like, 20 something years old or something, and just, you know. And if for being, where I live at, you would have honestly thought that it wouldn't have made it here as fast as it did. But it did.